Just so I can explain what's going on, and I thank the people who are here right now for being here. And I'm gonna talk about it more in depth a little bit later, but obviously this was a very excessive misuse of the law, weaponizing the law, not because there's anything bad, but the mayor's office and the police department is obviously trying to put a different spin on what is constitutionally protected, which is the right to assemble, freedom of speech. You know, the law allows you to express yourself as a citizen, as long as you don't make a threat. If you all really look at the video, I never went on the mayor's property. I stayed on public property, city property. But they know this, and so we'll talk about this a little later, but what they've done is that they've tried to intimidate me the best that they could by not only incarcerating me, initiating a stop outside of the city, but they also decided to tow my vehicle, a vehicle that I own in my name that I was not even driving. And I gave them express permission to allow the person that was in the driver's seat to drive the vehicle, which if you've looked at policing all across America, as long as there's a licensed driver and you have the permission of the owner, they would have been able to take the car. But the mayor and the police chief are sending a clear message. They're not happy about the federal lawsuit, and they want to manipulate the truth so that the citizens of Flint are not aware of what's really going on. But I want you all to know, as we'll talk about it later, that I'm glad that I was able to experience the Genesee County Jail. The sheriff's was exceptional. But I got to run into an overcrowded jail with not so great conditions. And what you find out is that Genesee County takes arrestees from this entire county, but the most of them coming from Flint, but not only from Flint. Flint is manipulating the system and keeping these young men in that jail 72 hours. They're weaponizing the government in the worst way, and we'll talk about that later. So, they tried to do it to me, but God is a good God.
All the time.
Sheldon Neely is a coward.
Yeah.
And Chief Green is definitely unlawful and corrupt.
Yes.
And so, we were able to overcome their strategy to try to make sure I stayed in jail for 3 days. I'm out. And we're now here. I don't even know if they know I'm out, but I'm sure they do by now. But I'm here to try to get a release form so that I can then go and get my vehicle from the tow yard. And the people are here to make sure that I'm not mishandled in the process. And I thank the people of Flint for showing up for that. And just for the record, I was really worried because people was always telling me about what Flint wouldn't do. The residents of Flint showed up. They've been showing up consistently. Even while I was in jail, I heard about pending protests. People were making phone calls. People were there. And I want y'all to know that mattered. And because of the people of Flint, that's why I wasn't in there for 72 hours. So y'all ought to give yourselves a round of applause, because that's congratulations to you. Thank you.
Everybody walking in.
There's so many laws here.
Well, there's not one up in the offices right now, but as soon as one's available, I'll send them out.
What's your name? Maybe you help me there.
Sorry, what's that?
I do have a question. You're the detective officer.
Officer.
Officer, okay. So,
Mary, move over.
the thing I'm trying to figure out is that a fresh arrest, in my understanding, it happens within the time frame of 24 hours within a complaint, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not here to answer questions.
Just
like
policy.
that.
I'm not asking
Okay.
about a situation
I
policy.
can't really quote policy. I think that'd be a better question for our public information officer.
Okay, something else that's important though. When I asked for an officer that's engaging me to give me name and badge number in the city of Flint, is that a requirement of you all's policy, at least that part?
I mean, I'm not here to talk about policy. I gave you my name. I will get you a sergeant when
Yeah, I would love a sergeant. I ain't want to put you in trick. Sergeant, lieutenant, the captain, a watch commander, anybody.
And I do what you guys are doing, and I respect it. I just, don't want to say something that would not be true.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I'll get you somebody who can give you more accurate information than I can. So then you get all your.
Well, I hope you do get it, because I'm here to make sure America knows about all the corruption, so don't participate in it. I would love to get those spirits though. Thank you so much.
I mean, I just work here, man.
I know, I get it. So I want to take this message. I want this message to be specifically to Mayor Neely and to Chief Green. I understand that you are not used to this type of advocacy or people standing up to you or being able to find the truth. What you did was a very, very, very disrespectful thing to the United States Constitution. It's not just city ordinances that matter, it's the law of the land in which we are united in. Freedom of speech and the right to assemble is not a threat to a righteous politician.
And freedom of the press.
And freedom of the press, absolutely. So what you do here on the city level, that's as far as it's gonna go. I don't play with the city government. I definitely am going to take all of this to the federal government. But I'll leave it like this. Mr. Neely, I do not fear you. You cannot manipulate me. Chief Green, I hope you've enjoyed your time as a police chief. Because I might have been inconvenienced for the last few hours. But now you've inherited me for your career. Oh, and to the officers who said you just want me to leave, after I leave here, I will be going to find me a place in Flint. I'm your newest resident.
Hey, hey, hey. Jedediah is in town.
Big D energy.
Dr. Ross, I got two very important questions from my understanding about how Flint operates. Number one, I was wondering if it's Flint police policy that when you ask an officer to identify himself, if he's supposed to give a name and badge number.
Oh, they're gonna take her in. They're gonna.
Oh, she can come too.
It's not a policy? Okay, so, you know, some people's vision might be impaired, so I'm trying to understand policy, not me. I was arrested, but I've encountered your police officers several times since I've been in the middle of the city, and they have either, they don't give the identifiers that a typical police station would give, name and badge number. Before you give me a command, I need to know who you are. Absolutely, right? But they don't always comply with that. The second thing that I was wondering is that when there's an active arrest situation that's happening, a pressure arrest situation that's happening, is that within 24 hours or any time? The circumstances. Right. Within a couple of days? So like, 72 hours? Okay. What about if it's, okay. So is there a way that I can look up the policy of the department? We'll do something. I really think we'll help. Did they help you out?
No, they haven't.
Yeah, they took him to the back. They took him in the back. That lady right there took him to the back.
And the courthouse.
I said, you did this exercise today.
Say something at the window. Is the window closed for today or something?
I think they're at lunch. Is there anybody here?
Yeah, we're trying to get his vehicle out of tow, so we need the paperwork.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for, to get a vehicle.
Is there anyone here to make a police report?
No.
No.
No. You're not here for a police report, nobody in the back is?
About a 10
Maybe
minute.
one of them girls
They're,
there.
they're probably at lunch right now or something?
Their lunch say from 12 to 1.
Yeah.
Their lunch say from 12 to 1. It is 1:26.
I understand. I have no control over when they take lunch.
So how long they gonna be on lunch?
You can't go back. The woman that just went back to your way, she was the one that got the gentleman and took him to the back.
It's 1:30 almost. So Chief Green, we can
Oh,
play
but
the
you
game.
gotta read.
I mean, they take lunch when they can. Because they sometimes have to leave the station to go process crime scenes, so they don't always get to take lunch.
Well, we need our vehicle and we need it before 5 o'clock, so if y'all don't know when they gonna come back from lunch, we need to know something.
Oh, wait a minute. It says if I need immediate assistance, then I reflect it to you. That's what that says. So we need
I'll
to
give
get
them
release forms.
I'll give them a call. I don't deal with records or,
You don't deal with nothing, do you?
I deal with police reports. I'm a
Well, we
guy for that.
gonna have to do something, because
They're
we need
right
our
there
vehicle.
discussing the matter. Can I get my release form, please? It would be great. They're back there discussing.
Coming through the door.
They trying to hold your vehicle.
That lady that went back there, she just took that man back there, him and his wife. Oh, there's no numbers though.
Yeah, we both are.
They are literally
We have to have
trying
cash or a
to
card, we don't use the
stop me
cards.
from getting my vehicle. I'm listening to the ladies back there discussing. So they've shut down their windows. They're saying they're on lunch. Their lunch should have ended at 1. There are real people in this house. Well, I'm a real person.
If you
I
wanna
do
sit
business,
back down, I'll sit over here.
but This doesn't show the country what kind of department they have. Nothing else.
They took him to.
They took him.
They took that man to the back.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, and the lady that went to the back, she's in that over this side.
And they taking care of her over there.
Well, she put in a police report.
It shouldn't matter.
They'll be back in a minute. Somebody will be back.
And ain't even got nowhere for her to sit and fill the paperwork out. She gotta fill out.
They took him, so they not on one.
They were already waiting on him when we walked through the door.
They ain't no lunch. She went in that room right there. She talking to them. Ain't no lunch.
What's up? Do me a favor, call every news station that's in this county and tell them to tune into the lives of Beverly Bliss and to look at the fact that the police department is trying to withhold my vehicle. But they're not trying to let me get my vehicle out of their. I can't get my vehicle released from the department.
I would say that maybe they can't make it exactly at 12.
Jedediah, you come here.
Put your stuff on then, Jed, if you gotta go back there. Why do you have to go back there?
Only you though.
Why do we have to go back there? Nobody else do that when they be here for impound.
And they closed the window up.
We took a judge's car one time.
There go Jed.
Come on out, Jed. Come on out. Come on out. Come on out.
Y'all playing the wrong game.
That'll be good. Get us squared away
They
then.
trying to play with me, and I'm not gonna let them play with me. They pissing me off.
So what's up?
They shouldn't have ever write the paperwork up and give them the paperwork and let us go, just like they do anybody else.
Who was that guy
Don't do
right
it,
there?
Jed.
I hear police
The
officer.
whole time, man, they trying to go, and I'm not in the mood.
All they supposed to do is fill out the paperwork and give it to
They're
you.
supposed to do it.
That's
just,
why they put you behind
they just
closed
had me.
doors.
They just try to do it fast. They just tried to have me sign the document. It better not be no damage on my car.
I was saying that they releasing it.
Yeah, I was doing it. And I said, wait a minute, what is this saying about all these damages on my vehicle? And then she snatched the paper.
Cause they done did some. They done did some. They tried to install some listening devices and some tracking devices and shit. That's the games
All I
they
asked
play in
her
our
for was to
kindergarten
give me
games.
the paper that you just asked me to sign. She snatched the paper. Was like, no. I said, ma'am, I need you to give me. I started putting my signature. I'm reading, and they snatched it. What do we need to do that for?
Right. That's why they wanted you in that room by yourself.
Most people don't read stuff. I'm not that guy.
I tell them, well, yep, that is what just, well, we don't read
And
it.
then there was a ton of papers on the back, and I'm trying to look at it. She's, man, bro.
They don't like when somebody start reading shit, 'cause they just want.
Say what?
We got something for you to sign, Jed.
Okay, that's fine. I'll do this, but can I see the paper that they just took from me? It can't be. It didn't look like this at all.
If it was the same thing, why you can't see it?
Sir, I'm not trying to be difficult. They had me. Okay, please hear me out. There is a document that you all asked for me to sign. As I'm reading it, it looks strange. So I was trying to read it. There was no need for them to take that document from me. I would like to see it and finish signing because if you look, it's not my full signature. So I want to see.
What about the other paperwork? What about the other paperwork? What about the other paperwork? Take a picture of that.
No, it's fine. I'm here for you. Yeah, I am. Y'all are some dumb fucks. If I ever seen them. And a disgrace to the fucking bag. But guess what? Not this black boy.
They'll open up.
They're so used to bullying their citizens, y'all don't even know what a real man look like. I'm not gonna y'all. Give me the goddamn document. I will for you. And every complaint on your ass too.
What's your name and badge number?
You got it on there.
As soon as we leave, they'll open back up.
Be respectful and be tactful. How do you be respectful and tactful to an unlawful, unethical, bullying ass police department and mayor? There's no way to do that. I didn't do anything wrong. I literally was being cool, calm. I made a joke with them. They talking about the pizza they ate. I said, well, hell, let me get a slice. It's better than food in jail. We laughed. So then you gonna take a document, and I started reading it as I'm doing it, and then you snatch it?
Cause they thought you was just gonna sign it.
What?
Yeah. Not paying attention.
You guys did this. I didn't ask to go behind that closed door.
Right, right.
Does a police officer standing on every citizen that comes here to sign something?
No.
And what kills me is,
That's called harassment.
and what kills me is if you ain't hiding nothing, just give up the paper.
There go your paperwork.
You gotta take that to complete the lane. That's the address.
Looks like I'm not never.
Y'all can open the window up now.
Always wonderful.
Every day is a blessed day.
Amen. And we out.
Watch they open the window.
He bugged my whole car, and I hope I found it. I found the last police chief tried to do that to me in Dalton. Stupid.
Really?
Yes. And we found the damn tracking device
That's some
in the
kindergarten
truck.
shit. That kindergarten figured that shit out. That's why they took your truck. Cause that ain't normal protocol either. If somebody in there that can drive, they let them drive your vehicle away.
So here's another shocker for everybody that's on the live, and I'm gonna talk about this later. While I was sitting in jail, I was served with a personal protection order against me from none other than Pastor Christopher Mark. Said I threatened his life. Exactly.
You didn't threaten his life because I was there. You didn't come in? Nothing. I was there.
Or what the fuck is this? Not a church. So,
He had a body cam on the whole time.
I'm gonna go to